Welcome back, everyone. So good to see you.
So is Arrow. He's happy to see you too.
I think I have cat hair on my lip. Hello, everyone. As you can see, a little bit of a difference to my look. Less of diamonds, more subtle silver. Just trying out new things. Today I've come to you with a bit of a different topic. Today I'm going to talk to you about Clockwise. Now, Clockwise is my baby. I have been working on this for over 6 years, and I want to give you a little bit more information about what this project is and what it entails. Now, Clockwise centers around two characters. There's Lorelei, which is my little character, and then my best friend's character, whose name's Permin. Permin and Lorelei have a very interesting dynamic. They were originally created in the Pathfinder setting for a Dungeons & Dragons game, which, to this day, was the worst D&D game I was ever a part of. And that just so happened to be the game where I decided to, I'm gonna do some character development. Oh, I'm really gonna get to this character. What's that? And nothing in the world makes sense. What a great time. Oh, it was bad, guys. Like, it was bad. We make jokes all the time, but I'm going to let that slide because that happened well over, I think, it's almost been a decade. Like, it was a while ago. People have changed. I had developed her so wholeheartedly that I just decided, well, gosh, I have this lovely little character sitting around gathering dust, doing nothing. What am I gonna do? Enter Clockwise. I decided to start writing a script for a comic book that I fully intended to illustrate, and here we are. 5 crazy rewrites later. I'm talking like overhaul rewrites, and this is the one I'm on now. This script was done 3 times before in the past, and now I'm just like, well, these suck. Fuck. So the premise behind Clockwise works like this. A mercenary and an archaeologist endure a cataclysmic event. They find, through stranger means, which we will find out through the series, a way to turn back the clock and eventually go back in time to stop the thing that caused this entire event and just bear the scars of whatever that looked like as they go their separate ways. Unfortunately, as we find out, history can repeat itself, and now they must join back together and face the math. Now, season 1 talks a little bit about what happened. The unique part about Clockwise is we are watching what happens going forward while also telling the story of what happened last time in reverse. So you get this interesting dynamic as we go forward in time. It all builds up to season 2, which is going to be the big clash of titans with all these big complicated plot lines. There's a lot to establish, there's a whole lot of world, and because Lorelei is an archaeologist and a historian character, I like to immerse the audience with a lot of interesting lore about fascinating artifacts that pop up throughout the show, and they all have some kind of interesting tale attached to them. Who knows, when Clockwise starts up, I might have a little corner of, like, you know, history with Lorelei, or lore with Lorelei, or some kind of catchy title like that, and she'll be able to tell you wonderful stories about what happens in the world. If you hear crinklies, it's because my cat's obsessed with these bags that I set out for him. Permin is a mercenary. He is a part of a species that we lovingly refer to as beastkin. This is any anthropomorphic animal, furry creature, you name it. He's actually one of my favorite characters next to Cecil the Mime, and I love him for so many different reasons, but Permin most especially because he's a very servant-minded individual. I find that so fascinating because one of the things I absolutely love about Permin is he chooses to find beauty in all things in his life rather than dwell on what is effectively the wet work of his job. Lorelei, on the other hand, is an interesting cookie. She comes from a very distant land. She holds a unique skill set, and that's her ability to differentiate solve and understand old world artifacts from the ancient civilizations of Circumsera. And through her, we learn a lot of the world's history as well as a lot of the world's secrets. See, she belongs to this organization called the Wayfarers. Now, the Wayfarers are in charge of finding these ancient artifacts that hold all of this incredible potential, powerful magic, so powerful that the new world, after the old world burned down, isn't ready for it yet. So we're kind of looking at a semi-post-apocalyptic world, or a civilization that was built after an old one died. In that respect, they hold a great deal of value to her. Gifted is a term I use in this world instead of like, oh, this dude's a wizard! Oh my god, this dude's a sorcerer! They can cast fireball! So, Herman and Lorelei join forces and they have to put a stop to this thing, which brings us to our next character, the Ringleader. Now, the Ringleader was a concept I got from somebody, but with some tweaking and some changes, he has become more of an original idea. Now, the interesting thing about the What? Can it wait? So the Ringleader is an interesting cookie. Aside from his unique gift, which is portals, this man owns, runs, and produces a disappearing, reappearing circus called Underworld. Now, that circus has a lot of strange mystery going for it that you will see in season 1. I don't want to give away too much. I realize I might be spilling more of the beans than I actually want to, but the point of Clockwise is season 1 is going to be an introduction season. But that doesn't mean it doesn't have its action, because let me tell you what, without season 1, you won't know fuck all in season 2, and I don't want to think about season 2 because that's just too far away. If you would like to see more Clockwise panels or see them come out before their time, I have an Instagram, silowut. You go on there and you will see all kinds of fun little panels from Clockwise. Something interesting about the art for Clockwise is I started drawing these well over 6 years ago. So the art's pretty not up to date, it's not the best, but the more you watch the show, the better the art gets. I even went back and I started redrawing some of the panels, but not all of them, because then I'd be here forever, just so that they could kind of match my new art style. So if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I will be more than happy to answer them to the best of my ability without revealing too many spoilers. Like, subscribe, let me know what you like, let me know what you think, and stay patient, kiddos, and I will start releasing the trailers to Clockwise, which will then follow a Kickstarter. That Kickstarter is hopefully going to fund season 1, and that will help free out. So hopefully I'll get the funding to pay some of these voice actors to voice act for this show. Music is huge. Oh my gosh, music and voice actors, those are the ones that are going to be especially hard to come by. And everything art related is just me shooting myself in the foot like I usually do. Stay tuned. Hopefully I'll have something to show you sooner than later. It was wonderful to see you, and until we meet again.
Good boy. Can I help you?
My cat's got the zoomies today. I don't know what his deal is. He did that out of spite. That was out of spite. Now you're just making noise out of spite. You're such an asshole.